All right, guys, so this is a help video to try to show you guys how to do the worksheet that we did today. So we did two things. We did the egg drop interactive, which is the questions, and then we did this momentum problem solving worksheet, right? And so let me go ahead and show you guys a little bit about how we can do this. So, right, this idea that momentum is equal to mass times the change of velocity. Okay, and so now if we know that, right, we have this conservation of momentum, so the momentum at the beginning is the same as the momentum on the end, and using that idea we can go through and we can solve for these different types of questions, right? And so, right, so go ahead and take part B. Okay, so part B, right, we have this idea that we have, right, 6 times 3, which, right, 6 meters per second times 3 kilograms, plus 4 meters per second times 10 kilograms, right? And I put both those in parentheses. It's going to be equal to, right, 10 plus 3, so 13, times whatever this velocity is here, right? So we just called that v prime. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, well, 6 times 3 is 18, 4 times 10 is 40. Okay, so that's 40 kilogram meters per second equal to 13 kilograms. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms because these guys are both the same. Okay, so I'm just going to add those. So it'll be 58 kilograms times meters per second, okay, is equal to 13 kilograms times the velocity. Okay, so then to get v by itself, I'm going to divide by 13. I'm going to divide by 13 here. This cancels out the kilograms. Okay, so you end up with 58 over 13, which is going to be 4.6. Right. So one way that you can try to do these is, right, because a lot of times people find that the units get awfully confusing, and I would agree with that, right? And so what we can do is we can take a look, since I know at the end that velocity is going to be equal to meters per second. I know that, okay? And I know all these things are going to cancel out as I go. Okay, so what I can do is 6 times 3 plus 4 times 10 is equal to 10 plus 3, which is 13 times the velocity. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine. So this is going to be 18 and 40. Okay, so when those go together, it's going to be 58 is equal to 3 times v. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, and so then I'm going to have 58 over 3, which is going to give me the same answer, just without all the units. So velocity equals 4.46 meters per second. Okay, so that way when you go through and do it, you'll see how it all goes together. Okay, one of the other questions that tend to come up with these is what happens when you have negative numbers. Okay, and so with this one, I'm going to show you guys the same way as I did the first one. Okay, so now, sorry, power went out. Okay, so with these guys, okay, remembering that right is positive while left is negative, right? So basically what I'm going to have is 3 times 3, which is 9, times negative 2. Okay, so 9, okay, plus the other one, which is going to be 2. Negative 2 times 2, which is just going to give me negative 4, plus 9 equals 2 times 4, which is going to give me 8, times, or plus, so 8 plus 3 times whatever this velocity is. 3 times velocity. Okay, and so now what I can do is I can combine these. 9 minus 4 is just going to give me 5. Okay, so 5 is going to be equal to 8 plus 3v. Okay, same way that you did in even junior high, more than likely. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get v by itself. So I'm going to subtract 8. Okay, those cancel. Subtract 8. Okay, so now I have negative 8 plus 5 is going to give me negative 3 is equal to 3v. Okay, so then I'm going to divide by 3. Okay, get v by itself. divided by 3. So V is just going to be equal to 3 meters per second, because I know velocity is always meters per second. Okay, and so now you're more than welcome to go through and do that with the units. I find that it's a little less confusing. If you know what the outcome is going to be, because all I'm looking for here is velocity. Okay, this should save you time, right? And so keeping in mind that left is negative, right is positive. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you guys the answers, right? In the hopes that when you guys go through and do it, you know that you did it right. Okay, and so now on the front side, I probably showed you guys these in class already. A is 0.69 meters per second. B is 4.46 meters per second. C is 5.31 meters per second. D is 4.2 meters per second. Okay. E is negative 1 meter per second. Okay, the one we just did. Okay, F is going to be 5.5 meters per second. Okay, backside, 15 centimeters per second, 9.1 meters per second, 36 centimeters per second, 60 centimeters per second, and 1.4 centimeters per second. Now, on your homework, make sure you guys are showing your work, right? I'm giving you the answers with the hopes that you guys will go through. You'll show me that you're doing work on the front side and making sure that you know how to do it. Okay, so remember, if you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, you can always text me on Remind. The Remind code is 81010, Dressel E, or Dressel P for physics. Okay, thanks for watching.